Logical thinking and an open mind is critical and key when watching these videos. We talk about metaphysics on this channel, so in case you didn't know, now you know.
Before the Genesis, feel adrenaline, speaking in Sumerian, time machine pendulum, and I got that melanin, wormhole bending them, travel with my partner in them, you don't wanna see the Martians, I'm forbidden knowledge, like I'm Billy Carson, waking everybody up when we still talking so alarming, like it's 6 o'clock up in the morning, looking for the snooze button, no it's so alarming, loading up my ammo and I'm looking like a mammal, I'm too high tech to be compared to a mammal, flying over pyramids where you was on the camel, I'm a whole universe that's compared to an atom.
Greenstone, speak that truth. Better pay attention and go deep like roots. Greenstone, break you loose. You better be hungry when you bite that fruit. People be lying, trying to keep you blind. We rising immoral tablets. Immoral tablets.
I got us and I'm back on the scene. Amount of time ago, glisten on my beautiful skin. Download times when I transfer genes. Born again in your zip code. I go astro, fly like a Vermont. Affirmations in the word, cut like a Jedi, spreading light. Me, myself, and elevation in the third eye.
Look into my mind, it's like you stepping on an escalator. Levels of the mental is the only thing that separates. Step into the challenge and see if you would be devastated. Consciously you thinking cause my thought process is elevated. Never hesitated, boy I seek to be the greatest. That's why I'm watching all you Judas cause you jealous traitors. Don't ever try to ask the link cause I don't do no favors. Get on your grind, get on your hustle and your best behavior. Who the greatest? Jesus is my savior. He taught me how to split the trees and turn it to some paper. He brought me out of misery and rescued me from haters. Entrusted me with rhythm and knowledge, now that's playing. Now I'm full of information like I'm powered by the internet. Hungry is my motto, feel like I ain't had my dinner yet. Hard to swallow, choke you like a cigarette. Praying for tomorrow, but tomorrow ain't invented yet. I'm still a threat, a triple threat, a humble soul. The story written, I'm just playing my role. Got my hand in the ink and I'ma scribble my scroll. I'ma plan, I'ma think, I'ma stay in control. And that's
Greenstone, speak that truth. Better pay attention and go deep like roots. Greenstone, break you loose. You better be hungry when you bite that fruit. People be lying, trying to keep you blind. We rising immoral tablets. Immoral tablets. Greenstone, speak that truth. Better pay attention and go deep like roots. Greenstone, break you loose. You better be hungry when you bite that fruit. People be lying, trying to keep you blind. We rising immoral tablets. Immoral tablets. Greenstone, speak that truth. Better pay attention and go deep like roots. Greenstone, break you loose. You better be hungry when you bite that fruit. People be lying, trying to keep you blind. We rising immoral tablets. Immoral tablets. Greenstone, speak that truth. Better pay attention and go deep like roots. Greenstone, break you loose. You better be hungry when you bite that fruit. People be lying, trying to keep you blind. We rising immoral tablets. Immoral tablets.
Free, 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 free.
Power's ours.
Free energy test. We don't wanna have to pay these power bills. No, give it back to them because you know it's theirs. Mama coming home late, trying to make a hot meal. It could be free energy test. We don't wanna have to pay these power bills. No, give it back to them because you know it's theirs. Mama coming home late, trying to make a hot meal. It could be free. They take what's free and then they sell it to us. Free energy, Nick Tesla knew it. Power everything in your house just like it was Wi-Fi and you never knew it. Drive cars with no gas in it. Pockets still got cash in it. Corporations with their bad business. Piggy banks with their hands in it. For the love of the money, yeah, it's all about the money. Tell me why every day they wanna take it from me. I don't know, all I know is I can't make ends meet. And I just wanna know how you work a 40-hour work week and you still feeling broke. Do I gotta be a drug dealer? Do I gotta be a superstar so I can live good? Do we gotta take it to the hood? I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. 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 No, give it back to them because you know it's theirs. Mama coming home late, trying to make a hot meal. It could be free energy. Test. We don't wanna have to pay these power bills. No, give it back to them because you know it's theirs. Mama coming home late, trying to make a hot meal. It could be free energy. All of these things, they made them up. If I pay you, then who pays the son? All they wanna do is take from us. Fuck them all, we done paid enough. Yeah, we got them outnumbered. Take our power back from them. 45-day work week, we gon' do our own numbers. They ain't doing us nothing. We gon' do our own hustle. Use the cosmic energy, and it's all there for us. They don't know this planet, why they always wanna try to come and take it from us. We don't want your corporations, we don't want your governments telling me what I can have, telling me what I done did. All they do is take away, they don't ever ever give. Trying to navigate this maze, yeah, they got us in the field. Got us looking at these bills, everything is too real. I just wanna be free, yeah, free, 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 free. The power is ours, free, free, free energy. Test. We don't wanna have to pay these power bills. No, give it back to them because you know it's theirs. Mama coming home late, trying to make a hot meal. It could be free energy. We don't wanna have to pay these power bills. No, give it back to them because you know it's theirs. Mama coming home late, trying to make a hot meal. It could be free energy.
The power is ours.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sirius Inner Temple, Spiritual Network, Season 4, Apocalypse. How you guys doing? How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you guys are getting around and getting in some of that good sun, getting in a lot of that meditation, and doing all that good stuff that we've talked about in the past to try to higher elevate yourself spiritually and trying to push your DEA, well, we can say DNA here, and we talking about the genetic difference between the carbon-dated people and the humans, and we're talking about a series, and a very old series that was made up in the really your late 1980s and stuff like this, and 1970s and 1980s and stuff like this, where they made these comic books and they labeled it as X-Men, and it turns into a cartoon series, as you well know, and they had many different types, like X-Men Evolution, the original X-Men, and then you had your X-Men movies, and your most recent ones like Days of Future Past and Apocalypse and stuff like this. And we're going to be talking about X-Men and the DNA differences between the humans and the carbonated folk called Anunnaki or Anunnaki. We're dealing with DNA, the DNA of the gods, which in their case it's DEA, deoxyetheric alkali. We say DNA because, well, most people don't understand what we're talking about if we wrote DEA up there. But DNA is what the humans have. And we're going to be talking about the genetic differences between the two. And why it is that this show is actually depicting Anunnaki people, carbon-dated people on the planet. And, you know, you have like New Mutants that came out recently, not too long ago, and you have all of these shows coming out recently with all of these depictions of beings with supernatural abilities and things of this nature, and it's all dealing with the X gene. They've talked about it many times in these movies and stuff like this. Now, what is exactly the X gene? What is that? The X gene, well, they talk about a mutational gene within the body and stuff like this in X-Men. They've been talking about it for so long and stuff like this, and a lot of people are not catching on. As you guys well know, you guys see an X and Y chromosome up there on the screen, and the X chromosome is dealing with the mitochondrial DNA of a female, of a woman. And what we have to understand is that the female is the original person, is the original entity that's supposed to be walking on the planet. Then later on, they gave birth to something called a man, which is a masculine female by genetic standards, but it is a female it is a creature that had the female chromosome, but then had a Y chromosome attached to it, and it became a masculine individual. So because it came directly from a woman, it's called a masculine female, but we know it is later on known as a man. A man. And then you see it says X-Men. So basically they telling you this is the basically in the depiction of the X chromosome of the carbonated woman and all her male warriors running around and fighting all these different obstacles that they have to overcome. And of course you have some women that are in the show that have abilities also, because they are the original individual with these kinds of abilities. And some of the men are original also, due to some of the men also being born first before all the other men that were born. So you have your original women and your original men, and then you have the others that are different variances within the genetic. And this is why when you go up the hierarchy within X-Men, the oldest ones are the most powerful. Wolverine, for example, look at how old he is, and look at his genetic prowess. I mean, even the Hulk couldn't even beat him. The Hulk couldn't even beat him. Why? It's because Wolverine, he's a much older they call it a mutant, but what it really is that it's an Anunnaki individual. And see, they don't want to explain this to you guys properly. Okay, all right. So, see, here's the thing. In order to become like these beings that you guys be seeing on these movies and stuff like this, and they be making these great movies for quite some time now, you have to have something called the X gene, the carbon dated gene, the gene that comes from what you guys call a Hispanic woman or a black woman. More than likely a black woman, right? Yes, because she's the original individual that's holding on to that X chromosome. You have Hispanic women, many of them that have this X chromosome within them, because they're just basically different varieties of what the original carbon dated woman is. They're just different varieties of her, and they have different variances in the way that they look. They're different varieties, okay? And you have others that are spread across the whole earth. These are the women with the X gene, if you will. They have the original X chromosome. They have both. This is why they're a woman. And see, you have to understand that when we're dealing with this X gene, the humans on the planet, they know what this cartoon represents. They know what this anime and comic book with all these individuals, they know what it represents, and it represents you, the Anunnaki people, the Anunnaki. A lot of you people that are called black today, and Hispanic and stuff like that, it represents you guys, Africans, and all these other people with the carbon dated genetic within. Carbon, okay? That stuff that you like calling melanin so much, it's called carbon. You don't have no melanin. That's the human race. And the human race knows that you guys are capable of these kinds of feats, that these X-Men, these individuals are showcasing on the show. Being able to control metal and stuff like this, like Magneto and stuff like this, and you guys think that this is some kind of joke. They saw you guys when they came here off of those spaceships in the 1500s with that man George Washington. They drew depictions of you guys being able to do all this stuff. Remember, the only way they were able to stay here is through cheating and blowing up towers and stuff like this. We talked about this a long time ago. And see, you see, of course, you see the pineal gland, the third eye, the pineal gland, and you see the depiction, the eye of Horus, and you see the pineal gland, and you see that it's got some of this this white stuff on top of it. That's called calcification. And you guys have to do a lot of deep meditation every single day to remove that calcification within your pineal gland so it can become completely brown. Once it becomes completely brown, it becomes more malleable, and it's no longer premature now. It's getting to the point to now it's starting to work correctly. Where did the calcification come from, guys? It came from all the bad drinking water that you guys drink. A lot of this water that we be drinking has fluoride in it, and I keep telling people, use something that's water soluble, like a cucumber or lime in your water to drink the water. Put that stuff in the water because it will kill the fluoride in the water, making the water more safe to drink. The government has a vested interest in you guys not being able to tap into your Kundalini. And then this is all dealing with the caduceus, as you can see on the screen, with the two serpents like snakes going up a pole with the angel wings and the crown on top or whatever and whatnot. This is the symbol of Anunnaki royalty, and the Anunnaki royalty are the ones that created the bloodline, the Anunnaki bloodline with all these different angelic beings. And X-Men is a depiction of what a lot of these beings are actually capable of, which is you carbon dated people that's down here, and your brothers and sisters that are outside of our dimensional realm with their spaceships constantly flying around that you guys keep seeing all over Facebook and YouTube and on different places. That's our Anunnaki brethren that are getting ready to come up in here very soon. And they're capable of these feats as well. And when the time comes, we will get our immortal bodies back. We will upgrade. The humans cannot do this because they are not a part of the carbon spectrum. That energy will kill them. You already see what the sun does to them, and that the sun is plasma. The dark matter energy that's up there, all that darkness that's up there in outer space, we was made from that energy. And see, the problem is that when the sun affects us, it affects us positive. When it hits them, it starts hurting and killing them, giving them melanoma and all kind of problems. And see, Sorry about that. And you see that when you take a look at the situation for what it is, that dark matter energy that's actually up there is responsible for creating the sun and the moon. So if the sun's rays, those simple rays are affecting them negatively, what do you think would happen if they was up there in that darkness? They would get killed. The darkness would completely eat them alive and completely destroy their bodies. Why? Because whatever it is that they possess genetically was not created from the cosmos. They are an experiment created in a laboratory. They're test tube babies. The humans were made in a laboratory by these archons. And this is why when they came down here and then they started creating all kind of problems, to this very day the earth is not peaceful, right? There's always warring going on, right? It's because they brought their genetic over here. And ever since they came over here, there's never been peace, as you can clearly see. But when we was here by ourselves, there was peace almost all the time. But they kept bringing themselves, they kept on trying to come over here and try to start a problem for us. So this is why you see now that there's many different individuals trying to get off the planet, like Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon. He already got off the planet. You got many of these individuals that have left because they know that the DNA of the gods is going to become active very soon. The DNA of the gods will be very active very soon. And I'm telling you guys, when this happens, there's no turning back. You guys are going to get everything that y'all lost when the invasion happened. And this is permanent, because those towers are built inside of you guys on a deep genetic dimensional level. Those same towers that you guys used to build out here, you guys already have those inside of you. So you guys don't have no weaknesses no more. The towers was the only way that they could power you guys down and be able to come here. You guys don't have no weaknesses no more. So when we deal with things like the man, the one that's supposed to be running around and warring and being the one that's supposed to be the more aggressive energy between the two, the man, the male, he's the what you know as the warrior. He's supposed to be going around and fighting these battles. Yes, it will be mostly just men fighting, because that is our job. That's what we was made to do. We're the masculine force. We're the masculine energy. And see, the women, of course, we talked about them being portals and stuff like this. Although they're extremely powerful themselves, they must be protected at all costs, because just because they're powerful doesn't mean that they can't get hurt. You see? Just because they're powerful doesn't mean that they can't be taken advantage of if they get hit with something, you know, from behind or something like that. And then, you know, then you got this, you know, individual, you know, and anything can happen. So it is better to put a man out there. Plus, men have been fighting since the beginning of creation. We have been warring with other individuals because this is what we was made to do. This is what a man was made to do. A man is a leader. A man is the type of creature that needs to lead the female into the proper direction. A woman cannot do that job because she was not built for that. A woman is a nurturer, is a caregiver. She was built for different things, and a man was built for different things. And as a man, this is why little boys, when they start reaching manhood, 12 years old, preteen, they start reaching puberty, the men have to take the little boy away from the mother and start instructing him on what it is to be a man. Because the little boy, he's being nurtured by the mother for too long, he's gonna lose out on a lot of those teachings on what it is to be a freaking man. He's gonna lose out a lot on that. How to use his logical mind to make very, very intricate decisions on the future or on different situations and scenarios and subjects and stuff like this. The man he has a very, very important role, and without the man, the women will be lost. And this is just the facts, because women were created with a low frequency mindset. This is why a lot of women don't like to take accountability for shit. And they don't like to take responsibility for many situations and things that they do. But that doesn't mean that a woman cannot recalibrate her mind using her pineal gland. This is why they don't want women becoming spiritual up in here, because if they become spiritual, their mindset and their spirit will make their mindset become of a higher mindset, and they will become divine. And all of the stuff that they're doing down here, they will stop doing it, because now they know better. They literally recalibrated what was wrong with them. This is why there's an attack on the X gene, the female. There's a very big attack that's going on. And then you're starting to see that a lot. You're starting to see it on TikTok. You're starting to see it in many different places. Women are complaining that they can't find a man. Even attractive women are saying they can't find a man no more. What the hell's going on? It's because the gender war that's been going on out here because of feminism. And for these feminists, they hate men. And men are the main ones that's out here dying in wars to protect you women. They're the ones that's out here bleeding, having the flesh ripped out their damn chest and everything else to protect who? To protect the woman and the children. What you think is going to happen if all the men disappear on the planet and then y'all get an invasion with a whole bunch of masculine creatures trying to come up here to kill y'all? What do you think is going to happen? Y'all going to get killed because there's no man to protect you. So they attacking the X gene, they attacking the female mindset, and they letting her be able to just run around and do whatever the hell she want out here, completely unchecked, and she's just running around out here with all her bad tendencies unchecked. And then when the men get tired and they don't want to deal with this woman no more because they can't seem to find reason with her, they can't reason with her, and she's just driving them crazy. Guess what? The men get tired and they don't want to deal with a woman no more. And a lot of the things that men do, you know, like building all these structures, building all these high-rise apartments, working hard, doing whatever. They use a woman as inspiration many times. Because we all want women, you know, I mean, it's just by nature. But a lot of them, they've even given up on that. And now women are just running around out here just like, where all the good men at? Oh, where the men at? We not even getting looked at no more. What the hell's going on? Many of the men on the planet have already given up. They have already given up. And they don't want y'all no more. They tired and they sick and they done. And they've had a lot of these women try to kill them also. So see, here's the thing now. Because of the gender war and the feminism, now everything is completely out of sync and out of harmony. Things are completely out of balance. And I've already told you guys, at the end of the day, it's either balanced or unbalanced. And the people on this planet are completely unbalanced for the most part. And see, this is why they don't want you guys becoming spiritual and activating that pineal gland. And see, what I teach on this channel is that you guys have to activate that God gene DNA that's within y'all. Y'all have to tap in so you guys can see what the hell's going on. And see, the woman, the carbonated female, the original one, she's the one that's giving out all of this genetic material to create all of us. Everybody that's down here and stuff like that. She's the one that's creating all this genetic material, and this is why the original woman is so freaking powerful, you know, energetically. And this is why they show you the phoenix and stuff like this. They show you the phoenix, they show you storm and stuff like this, because you know, this is the origins of where the X-Men genetic come from. It comes from a woman. But then when they create the original man, he's so freaking powerful, and they call him a supreme man because of that. This is where you get your Superman and stuff like this from. Now, we'll talk about that a little later. Here's the thing, though. Now, when we talk about the human genetic, the human race, do they possess a pineal gland? Yes, they do. All creatures out there in the cosmos possess a pineal gland for the most part. But here's the thing, the genetic information that the human beings have, like the Caucasians, the Asians, the Arabs, the East Indian people, the Mexicans, Ecuadorians, El Salvadorians, all of them, they do not possess a carbon-dated X chromosome inside their bodies. They don't have a carbon-dated mother. They don't have that. So they cannot be what you guys like to call an X-man, or basically a higher being, an Elohim, an Anunnaki, an angelic being. They cannot be that. Although they may have small abilities when they activate the pineal gland, some of them don't have abilities at all. See that? Some of them do. And the abilities that they have are very low energy abilities. Why low energy? They can only go so far with those abilities. Why? Because guess what? They do not have a solar plexus within them. They do not possess what you call a soul. They have a spirit. And that's completely fine. But a soul is something made out of dark matter energy. It's triple darkness. It's like an endless, bottomless pit of stored energy. And you can only have that if you have a carbon-dated mother. Okay? The souls is what makes them, what you call X-Men and stuff like that, is the souls that's inside of them. And only the female genetic only the female in the carbonated genome and genetic, the one with the X chromosome, the original mitochondrial DNA, she's the only one that can give souls to the individuals who are born out of her womb. Although the men are extremely powerful, the souls that they have was given to them obviously by a female, their mothers and stuff like this. Here is the issue: the men cannot give souls through their phalluses, their penises, or you call, you want to mate with another woman and stuff like this from another genetic or whatever. You cannot give a soul through because the DNA that you're using is called nuclear DNA. Is the nuclear DNA. Through nuclear DNA, you can't give souls through nuclear DNA. You can only do it through the mitochondrial DNA. And see, and that's something a lot of the men don't realize. They can't do it like that because the woman is a soul keeper. She's a soul keeper, and this is why there's such a big push for our women to hate our men. There's a very big push for that, and when they're busy doing that, and they've been pushing this shit ever since they came on this planet. These people, they've been trying to. They know about the matriarchal energy, and they know about the patriarchal energy. The patriarchal energy was born out of the matriarchal energy. Like I said, the men came out the woman. But what I'm saying is that they know how important our women are. So the first thing they're going to try to do is fuck up her mindset. Do whatever it takes to make her look at her own as a less than. And then when that happens, our men are going to be dealing with that shit for so long that they're even going to get so sick and tired of it. Some of them are going to just choose not to hate, but just logically just walk away and not want to deal with you. But there's going to be some of our men that are going to hate y'all and not want shit to do with y'all. And then this creates a serious imbalance. This is what the human race has done. Creating an imbalance between the people with the original DNA, which is really DEA. And this is dealing with DNA of the gods. Your genetic coding. What the hell is inside of you on a spiritual level? How Anu, Elion El, and the cosmos, which is the cosmic Etherian mother, how they designed you guys to be. This is very serious. And then you see in that movie, X-Men Apocalypse. What did he tell you guys? We will destroy this world. And out of the ashes, we will create a better one. Out of the ashes, we will create a better one. That's the energy of the phoenix. When the phoenix, what happens with a phoenix bird? When the phoenix dies, out of its own ashes, it's reborn. Out of its own ashes, it's reborn, and it becomes even greater than it was before. And a lot of our original women, especially the ones of royal heritage, they had that phoenix energy within them. They have that phoenix energy within them. And see, male and female coincide. That's why they had an ancient man, which is what you call Wolverine. They had an ancient man, an old man. A person with the X gene inside of him, with X and Y, makes him a man, but he's extremely old. You see how long he's been around, right? You guys seen X-Men Origins, right? Look how old he is. So that's really a so-called black man position, but they got somebody else playing the role. So that's just how it goes in the movie industry. And then they said that they want to make a lot of these characters black. This is what this guy is saying. What's his name? The dude that's making all these different shows. I forgot his name. Feige. What's his name? Whatever his name is, I forgot his name. He says that he wants to make a lot of these characters black, and that he thinks it would be an excellent idea, and it will make the stories better. Why is he saying that? He's saying that because of the fact that he knows the origin of these characters is our people. He knows that. And that's why he's saying that. That's why he wants to make all the characters of like some type of dark complexion. This is what he wanted to do. Look it up. He said it out of his own mouth. So people don't understand why he's doing that. It's this for a reason. Now here's the thing. They got an ancient man to kill an ancient woman off. Now why would they do something like that? See, it is symbolic of different things. See, back when a lot of this so-called chattel slavery was going on, a lot of our men had to wake up out of the prison mindset that they was in, and they had to kill their own brothers and even kill their own women to preserve the species, because a lot of our own people were way too mentally far gone with the programming that you call them so-called slave masters and stuff try to do. They give you all this kind of programming. They had electric chairs back then. They would shock people to death, bludgeon you to death, whip you to death, whatever, just to break your mind so they could put in what kind of garbage they want to put in. This is how sick these fucking people are. And this is why the end is coming for the humans. Now, it's also symbolic to the fact that, see, when you look at what's going on in the world, because of the gender war and everything else that's going on, the male, which is the one that's supposed to be inseminating the female to have more children, a lot of the men are going off and dealing with foreign women of foreign genetic, which you call humans. If enough of our men do that, it is possible that our species can die off on the planet due to not enough men continuing the bloodline. You see, so they had the man, they had the man, the ancient man, who's supposed to be the carbonated man, kill off his own woman, who's the one who's part of the genetic bloodline of the females that's supposed to be responsible for the ancient man. If he kills off his own woman, in turn, he's also in many ways that's almost like genetic suicide or genetic. It's like genetic suicide. If you're killing off your own woman, he was forced to in the movie, obviously, but it's symbolic to something. If you kill off your own woman from your genetic, then in turn you're trying to kill yourself in a way. Does that make sense? And this is why when you watch Logan, this dude, he keeps on thinking about what he did, and it keep playing out in his head, and then eventually he tried to find a way to die. He tried to find a way to die, and then he eventually in the movie he really died, didn't he? He didn't even want to live no more after what the hell he experienced, killing off this woman, Jean Grey, and she's supposed to be the one with the Phoenix energy, so she's an ancient woman. He's supposed to be an ancient man. That's why they showed you all those different time frames that he was fighting in all those different wars, and he just wouldn't age. He just kept on living. After he killed off the woman, then something in him, he just wasn't right spiritually. He just wanted to kill himself off also. It's called genetic suicide. Yes, it's a real thing. Yes, it's a real thing. And that's what they really want our men to do. This is why they're pushing the vaccines. This is why they're pushing even homosexuality. Even they're pushing everything. The gender war, feminism. They're pushing the woman to hate the man. They're pushing the man now to hate the damn woman now, and then you don't even want to participate in no kind of sexual activity with this woman. He just want to be left the fuck alone. What it's doing is it does not help the species at all. So sorry about that. Like I was saying, the camera cut off and stuff like that. Like I was saying, so the ancient individual, the ancient man, which is supposed to be Wolverine. You guys seen how long he's been living and stuff like that. He's supposed to be an ancient one. That's why he's so powerful in the way that he is. His fighting prowess is so crazy that he can heal from pretty much any kind of damage. I mean, you've seen the comic books. This guy can't die. I mean, so. And then at the same time, you notice that the woman with the Phoenix energy, which is supposed to be the ancient woman, because remember, these are all reincarnated beings down here. We all reincarnated down here. So the ancient woman, which is supposed to be symbolic to the Phoenix energy, the ancient woman, although she was powerful enough to destroy everyone on the planet, she couldn't kill the ancient man. What does that tell y'all? She cannot kill her own creation. She cannot, on a genetic level, she cannot kill her own protector. She can't kill her, because by her doing that, she's left unprotected. The men were supposed to be the guardian. They're supposed to be the protector. They're supposed to be the warriors, the soldiers. the assassins even. They're supposed to be the one that goes to war. Okay? If she destroys the patriarchal energy, which is the man, well, that's part of the genetic, there's no one to lead the woman now. There's no structure, there's no order. Which means she can't function right because she doesn't have the other serpent to keep her in balance. Do you understand that? And then and that's why she couldn't kill him. Because he's supposed to be the supreme man. But then guess what? When the supreme man, he was struggling to kill her. You saw he was struggling. He almost couldn't even make it. But then he eventually found a way. And then when he killed her, by killing the matriarchal energy of the serpent blood, he can't exist without the female serpent. That's why you have two serpents going up the pole. Okay? So by destroying that matriarchal energy, now he's damaged. And then you see throughout later movies, you even see in the Wolverine, you start seeing he's slowly having all these nightmares and seeing this woman that he killed, this woman that he loved, that he killed, and it's doing something to him, and he's slowly dying. You start seeing it in the movies. He's slowly freaking, and eventually, what happened? The movie The Logan happens, and guess what? He finally dies. And remember, everything that he was thinking about, he kept on having those nightmares about that woman that he killed. And guess what? Eventually, he died. This is the importance of understanding the X and Y chromosome dealing with our people. And then still, even if she died, guess what? She's the phoenix. So guess what? From the ashes of when she died, she's going to come back to life. So when she come back to life, guess what's going to happen? After some time, she's going to recreate the ancient man. And they're going to have to work together. They're going to have to work together because they come from the same energy. See that? So this is very symbolic, people. I need you to really wrap your heads around that. Because y'all need each other. It's just what it is. So I just need you guys to wrap your heads around that. So sorry about that. Like I was saying, the camera cut off and stuff like that. Like I was saying, so the ancient individual, the ancient man, which is supposed to be Wolverine. You guys seen how long he's been living and stuff like that. He's supposed to be an ancient one. That's why he's so powerful in the way that he is. His fighting prowess is so crazy that he can heal from pretty much any kind of damage. I mean, you've seen the comic books. This guy can't die. I mean, so, and then at the same time, you notice that the woman with the phoenix energy, which is supposed to be the ancient woman, because remember, these are all reincarnated beings down here. We all reincarnated down here. So the ancient woman, which is supposed to be symbolic to the phoenix energy, the ancient woman, although she was powerful enough to destroy everyone on the planet, she couldn't kill the ancient man. What does that tell y'all? She cannot kill her own creation. She cannot, on a genetic level, she cannot kill her own protector. She can't kill her, because by her doing that, she's left unprotected. The men were supposed to be the guardian. They're supposed to be the protector. They're supposed to be the warriors, the soldiers, the assassins even. They're supposed to be the one that goes to war. Okay? If she destroys the patriarchal energy, which is the man, well, that's part of the genetic, there's no one to lead the woman now. There's no structure, there's no order. Which means she can't function right because she doesn't have the other serpent to keep her in balance. Do you understand that? And then and that's why she couldn't kill him. Because he's supposed to be the supreme man. But then guess what? When the supreme man, he was struggling to kill her. You saw he was struggling. He almost couldn't even make it. But then he eventually found a way. And then when he killed her, by killing the matriarchal energy of the serpent blood, he can't exist without the female serpent. That's why you have two serpents going up the pole. Okay? So by destroying that matriarchal energy, now he's damaged. And then you see throughout later movies, You even see it in the Wolverine. You start seeing he's slowly having all these nightmares and seeing this woman that he killed, this woman that he loved, that he killed, and it's doing something to him, and he's slowly dying. You start seeing it in the movies. He's slowly freaking, and eventually, what happened? The movie The Logan happens, and guess what? He finally dies. And remember, everything that he was thinking about, he kept on having those nightmares about that woman that he killed. And guess what? Eventually, he died. This is the importance of understanding the X and Y chromosome dealing with our people. And then still, even if she died, guess what? She's the phoenix. So guess what? From the ashes of when she died, she's going to come back to life. So when she come back to life, guess what's going to happen? After some time, she's going to recreate the ancient man. And they're going to have to work together. They're going to have to work together because they come from the same energy. See that? So this is very symbolic, people. I need you to really wrap your heads around that. Because y'all need each other. It's just what it is. So I just need you guys to wrap your heads around that. Okay, that's why they did that in the movie. It's symbolic. Okay? Alright? You know, and you know, they show her, they show her as the most powerful one because she's the one that's giving all the, you know, when we talk about, you know, energetic prowess, you know, the ancient women would have to be, you know, the most powerful energetically because they're the ones giving out all the genetic information to create everybody out here. Okay? Yeah, and that's why the Supreme Man, he's at such a high level to where, you know, the Supreme Woman, she's double of what the Supreme Man is. And the reason why is because she had to be powerful enough to be able to create the Supreme Man in the first place. Because the origin of a man come from a woman. She needed to be strong enough to be able to create the Supreme Man in the first place. Because she's like, think about it, she's like the generator, and she's pushing out energy to create another type of generator that's a different type of being, that's a masculine presence. In order to make him powerful like that, she had to be already at that level, if not a little bit greater, to be able to fuse all her energies together to give birth to a mighty entity that would be able to protect her. But that mighty entity also carries different parts and things that she does not possess. So in the end, she ends up having to rely on that new entity that she created to keep her safe and well nourished. Does that make sense, people? I hope that makes sense. Okay, that's why they did that in the movie. It's symbolic. Okay? Alright? You know, and you know, they show her, they show her as the most powerful one because she's the one that's giving all the, you know, when we talk about, you know, energetic prowess, you know, the ancient women would have to be, you know, the most powerful energetically because they're the ones giving out all the genetic information to create everybody out here. Okay? And that's why the Supreme Man, he's at such a high level to where, you know, the Supreme Woman, she's double of what the Supreme Man is. And the reason why is because she had to be powerful enough to be able to create the Supreme Man in the first place. Because the origin of a man come from a woman. She needed to be strong enough to be able to create the Supreme Man in the first place. Because she's like, think about it, she's like the generator, and she's pushing out energy to create another type of generator that's a different type of being, that's a masculine presence. In order to make him powerful like that, she had to be already at that level, if not a little bit greater, to be able to fuse all her energies together to give birth to a mighty entity that would be able to protect her. But that mighty entity also carries different parts and things that she does not possess. So in the end, she ends up having to rely on that new entity that she created to keep her safe and well nourished. Does that make sense, people? I hope that makes sense. It just further destroys the species from within. Do you understand? This shit's deep, man. And this is why I'm trying to explain to you guys that the X gene is extremely important. Now, that chromosome, that female chromosome, is very important because that's where you men come from. That X chromosome is the stable base point the 0 point of where you men come from. Then you have the Y chromosome that was created later on that made you guys so special the way that you guys are, the men. And you guys have to help lead this woman in the right direction. It's your job. It's your job. Because without you, she's lost. I'm just letting y'all know. The man is far more, his intellectual levels exceed far beyond the woman's capabilities. A lot of these women think that they could do what a man can do, and you can't. Because you're not a man. The same thing, a man cannot do what a woman can do. Because you're a man, you're not a woman. Goes both ways. And we have to understand the pros and cons of both so-called genders or whatever. The pros and cons of both genders. And you know, this is a you know, and then see, the thing is this: every time our men genetically put their genetic in a foreign woman, that child will not be able to possess a soul, although he has the carbon genetic from the father, but the child does not have the mitochondrial DNA of the carbonated woman. The child has the mitochondrial DNA of the human woman. So that child is like basically, the child's genetic is not complete. So that child cannot become a higher being like these that you see, because the X chromosome, the X gene, the child does not have it. And it comes specifically from our women. See that? But now if the child came from out of her womb, our women, if the child came from out of her womb, then the child's going to have the X gene. The child's going to have the X gene, because it's our women, like Hispanic women and some of these other women, that actually possess it. Do you understand? The black woman and whatnot. And this is the importance of understanding DNA. Because we're really not human, we're something else. And they've been showing you guys that for a long time. They just put their own people in the places of our people in most cases, so that way we can't tell. But you're starting to see replacements, aren't you? Like Spider-Man, Miles Morales. He's taking over now. They put him in the white boy's place. Why? Why do they keep doing that? It's because they even know the truth. They know the truth. Storm, they give her the power of Mother Nature. Why did they do that? Why did they do that? Because they know what the hell is what. They know Mother Nature is what gave us this power that we got. They know that. And Mother Nature is the energy of a carbonated woman at the end of the day. See, you see what the hell I'm saying? This is what we need to understand. This is what we need to understand. Alright? The female cannot do without the male. She can't. She need him. And same thing goes for the man. The difference is that when we live in out here and stuff like this, you know, a woman's gonna need a man a lot more than a man's gonna need a woman out here. Why? Now, we're not talking about reproduction now. We're talking about just in just survival. Why? Because a man, not only does he think more logically, but his mind is he can protect himself better. And he can build things, and then he's on a very high intellectual level that she's not on, that she can't reach because of the way she was built. She need him more for survival. She need him, and that's completely fine. That's completely fine. But then but he can only survive for so long. I mean, age is gonna catch up to him. He's gonna get old, and then he gonna die out if he don't impregnate the woman. And she's the only one who could give birth out here. She's the only one that can nurture that child in that kind of way. So it's just differences in genetic. She's the only one that can feed the child. A man can't feed a child from his own body. He can't do that, but a woman can. Many differences, man. Many differences. Women are very emotional creatures, so they need that male, that logical, to balance them out. They need that. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And see, this is why this is why there is a constant attack on our people. Y'all seeing what the hell's going on the planet, ain't you? You guys are paying attention to what's going on, aren't you? We have a lot to discuss. This is just a video for today dealing with chromosomes and DNA and stuff like this. We're going to be dealing with other topics as well. But now, see, This is why, you know, they did Ebola. This is why they did all these vaccination shots, the Tuskegee experiment, the CDC. They've been trying to kill up our people ever since. You know, now they're talking about a zombie apocalypse. They're talking about all kind of crazy shit on the CDC because the goal is to kill off this woman, man. The goal is to kill off this woman. And because you have some of our women in certain places on the planet that can give birth on their own through something called parthenogenesis, and it's where a woman is able to give birth on her own using her own bone marrow as sperm for insemination, so she can give birth on her own. We have women on the planet that are special that can do that, but only our women can do that. Only carbonated women and very special carbonated women can do that. Not all of the carbon-dated women can do that. Just very special ones can do that have the kind of genetics stored up within them. The human women cannot do that. They need a man to do that. At all times, they need a man to do that. They cannot do that. Only our women can do something so special like that. Okay? Okay, because in the humans, in their case, the man was created first, and then they pulled the man's ribonucleic acid. They call it the rib. Ribonucleic acid, and they cloned a woman out of his genetic. So the woman is just a clone out of him. Now, did we do the same thing on the planet here with a man called Zachar Adam? Yeah, we did the same thing here, but that was in the flesh. Because even Zachar Adam comes from a woman at the end of the day. In the flesh, yeah, we did experimentations. The Anunnaki scientists, they did experimentations to create a man down here, and then we pulled a woman out of his genetic. Yeah. But that's in the flesh. In spirit, Zachar Adam, the man y'all call Adam, the original one, he comes from a woman also. See? So, you have to understand, in spirit, a man comes from a woman, and it's just what it is. And see, you know, the humans, and the humans, even spiritually, the woman came out of the man. When dealing with the humans, because they're a genetic experimentation. They're test tube babies. They were created in a lab, in a laboratory, by archons, and they made them specifically. I hate to say this shit, but they were made to be a virus in the cosmos. They were made to be a virus program to run around, and not every single one of them is bad either. But we know what the hell we're dealing with. We're dealing with an unbalanced group of people who's going to run around and colonize on every single planet that they could possibly find and try to destroy the original people from that planet. That's what we're dealing with. And they're completely unbalanced. And this is why what's going to happen to them is going to end up happening to them in the long run. In the near future. You understand? Hopefully, you guys understand what it is that we're talking about here. And you guys see Cyclops, and you see all these other beings shooting energy out their bodies and stuff like this. That is plasma energy. Those optic blasts that he be shooting out, that's plasma energy. And people be like, why is it when he hits somebody with it, he doesn't kill them all the way? That's why he's wearing that visor on his face. Because that plasma energy is too powerful. He has to put it at certain levels to be able to hit you, to not kill you with it. Because I'm telling you, Cyclops is way more powerful than what the hell y'all think. If he takes that visor off and he just starts shooting you with it, that shit will completely, it will disintegrate you. It will fry you. So, I mean, Wolverine, but of course, Wolverine is an ancient one. So, he'll eventually get hit by it. He'll heal his body, and then he'll eventually end up getting the better of Cyclops. But, see, the oldest ones are the most powerful. Understand that. The oldest ones are the most powerful. They try to put it in the show. They try to find a way to try to explain that to you. They try to find a way to explain that to y'all in different ways. Some ways they went about it the wrong way, and in some ways I guess, they try to explain this stuff to you guys. And it's very much real. All this stuff is very much real. And the gateway is your third eye, people. That's the gateway to get to this. Okay. Alright. In X-Men Apocalypse, they showed you that this dark blue being, this very, very, very carbon-dated individual, came down here, and he was dealing with the pyramids and stuff like this, and he was coming out, and he was trying to destroy this world to make a better one. And then who's the first individual that he came up to? The black woman. And he tried to enhance her DNA. She was the first person that he looked for because he knew how important she was. So he was an ancient one himself that came from above, and he somehow found his way down here, and he got released, and now he's trying to fix all the shit that the humans did. And notice, in X-Men, you got your mutants, which are supposed to be your Anunnaki, and your metahumans, and then you have your regular humans that are not like them. See that? And they were trying to tell you that there is a division on this planet. You have your metahumans, your Anunnaki people, and then you have your humans, and they are not the same. And then you see that there's all kind of hatred in between the two individual species on the planet. That's to let you know what's really going on down here. Look at how our people get treated by the humans. Look how our people get treated. It's the same thing. They're trying to tell you what the hell's going on. I mean, the inspiration for Professor Xavier, Professor X, and Magneto, the inspirations for them was MLK and what you call it? It was Martin Luther King and what's his name? Malcolm X. See? Malcolm X was supposed to be Magneto, and MLK was supposed to be Charles Xavier, Professor X. So this that's where this is where the influence comes from. Even the influence for this shit is coming from so-called black people. See that? So I'm just trying to let you guys know what the hell is what. And the truth is, all of these beings that you see here with these different costumes and abilities and stuff like that, that you actually have beings that are actually like that. That dress the same way, look the same way, and they have the same type of abilities. How do they know about this? It's because a lot of these people are taking ayahuasca and they're leaving their bodies and going out to the fourth dimension, and they're seeing what's going on out there. And then they're drawing it down and then bringing those ideas back here. They did the same thing with Pokemon. They did the same. Yeah, those beings are real in the fourth dimension. They seen them, and then they want to write it down. This is where you get your Pikachu and all this other stuff from. You see, even in X-Men, you see a character called Angel, and he has actual angel wings. They trying to tell you these beings are the angels. They're the Elohim. They trying to tell you what the hell's going on, but a lot of you guys don't catch on. So you know, this is your boy SIT trying to tell you what's up. And you see him, his father's all ashamed of him and shit. What the hell are you ashamed of? Your son has freaking angel wings. You should be freaking, man, what the hell are you complaining about? The dude could fly. Who the hell else you know that? Oh my goodness. You know? You know, the most recent movie is what, the New Mutants, and you see that female, you know, she got that plasma energy coming out of her. It's like this blonde chick. She's like albino. She's like this blonde chick, and she got this like this whole mechanism coming out of her arm, and she's even got a sword and shit. Very powerful beings, and they show you that they all have, you know, like they're all different variations of the X gene. And I keep trying to tell you guys this: you're all different. Don't compare yourself to the next man, because you're all different. Some things that you can do, the other person might not be able to do, and it's just the nature of it. You know, just be happy with what you got. You know, it's what it is. Now, because we're dealing with the human race, we're the original man, but they are mankind. So mankind is always going to want to find a way to be like the original, because they're not. And it's just what it is. It's not out of hatred that I make these videos. It's out of the truth. This is the science behind this shit. And what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, what's gonna happen is that the DNA of the gods will awaken, and these frequencies, just like your man told you, you know, the frequencies are gonna be so powerful that you guys are gonna literally have no choice but to basically genetically jump to your original higher level, which means everything about you is going to change. I mean, dealing with your body structure and stuff like this, like bullets won't even hurt y'all. Like you have a chopped off leg, that's going away. You have any illnesses, that's going away. You're overweight, that's going away. You've been burned alive and you're in the hospital breathing through a tube, that's going away. You guys are gonna get your lives back together. You guys are gonna start building these pyramids like you used to. You know, we're gonna talk about pyramids a little bit later on and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about different topics, but I just wanted to make this video to explain to you guys, you know, the importance of the Anunnaki genetic, and the importance behind X-Men. Because see, the thing is that when you look at the caduceus and you see those two serpents wrapping around that pole with the angel wings and the crown on top of it or whatnot, that one of those serpents is female and the other serpent is male. Letting you guys know that our species is male and female, and at the end of the day, by science, we need each other. We need each other, and we need to understand it. But we're just a lot of us are just too damaged down here to understand anything, and we're just running around out here with our minds completely messed up due to what the hell happened down here a long time ago. And you know, of course, you also see that you have certain X-Men fighting against other X-Men, and this is dealing with what the Moors did. See, the Moors are like us, but they're a little different. But they're like us. They have abilities like us. And see, the Moors, when they came here and did what they did, they offshooted a lot of the stuff that happened down here. So when you see the X-Men fighting against other X-Men, it is because eventually we're going to have to fight with those Moors that came over here and offset all these different events that happen here, and they helped the humans come down here and mess us up. So that when we're done with the humans, the Moors are going to have to be the ones that we're going to have to face. And they're like us, and it's going to be, man, it's going to be a big ass war down here, because the Archons, they're not going to want to let go of their stranglehold over the planet. They're not going to want to let go, and you're going to start seeing all kind of reptilian creatures running around in the street fighting with somebody. It's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be like a fucking movie. I promise you. I promise you. It's going to scare the shit out of some old people that's down here that don't even know what the hell's going on. They're going to be fainting, having a heart attack and everything. Oh my God, what is that thing? A demon? Yeah, because they don't know what the hell's going on. And this is the importance of looking up information, because you start to find out what the hell's going on. Alright, so this is a video for you guys. I know I haven't made a video in a while. I'm going to start making a lot more videos for you guys. Some people, you know, they're complaining about me and the way I talk. They don't, you know, they don't like me cursing or whatever. Listen, if you don't like the channel, you don't like the video, then you don't have to watch it. Okay? This content and this information is not for everybody. Okay? Some people want to complain in the comment section. Just leave. If you don't like the content, just leave. Okay? Some people are going to get the information. Some people are not going to get the information. It is what it is. And this is all science at the end of the day. It is what it is. It's your boy Sirius in the Temple, Spiritual Network, and I'm out. Take care of yourselves, guys. Be safe, be easy, and keep on your meditating and keep on doing what you're doing. And I'll see you guys later. And comment, share, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'm out. I'm out for now, and yeah, you know, I've been taking care of some things and some stuff, and I think that's about everything I needed to say. Sometimes, you know, with so much information, you try to write some of this stuff down because you don't want to get sidetracked. Okay, on to the next video, guys. Sirius out.